Right, so you have to start off by being proactive, not productive, not working, motivated to work. Right, so being in a proactive state is basically just like a rent is due or it's life or death. Right, something that pushes you, that initiates you to be able to work or get into a work state of mind. Right, so right, again, it's like basic human things like wanting to reproduce, wanting to survive, wanting to eat, wanting to breathe. If you want to breathe, you cannot go 3 seconds without breathing. If you want to breathe and you can't, within 3 seconds, everything is unlocked and you're fighting life or death. But my point is, um, shit like that, primal human shit is gonna be force you to be more proactive, but also individual shit like, oh, you want to be loved, you want to be respected, you want control, you want to look good, you want to look like that, blah blah blah. Right, so individual shit. And that also kind of leads to, fuck is that, man? Seriously. So sorry. Right, individual shit that you know that prompts you to be in a state of work, right? That like, okay, I want to do something. It's like I want something to be done, or I want to be proactive, right? And once you reach that point, it's very easy to just slip into your default identity, so to speak. So you have multiple types of identities. But one could be an athlete, one could be a philosopher slash thinker slash visionary, an engineer, a businessman, a coder, or a marketing. You get the point, right? A monk, a gamer, or whatever the fuck, right? So my point is with that, once you get an initiative to be more proactive, immediately you're gonna default to a state of mind that you have fed, right? So if you're like, okay, I need to be more proactive, I want to do something, like, oh, I'm motivated to do shit. If you aren't in your athlete phase, if that's the default identity that you default to, that's like your default proactive identity, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym. If you're like in a learner stage, you're gonna open up YouTube and try to watch something, because that's, without thinking, that's what being productive, or that's what the default proactive is for you. And to do something that's completely different, if you are proactive and you want to go write a book, well, you're no writer, you've never written a book, you don't know shit. So of course there's the uneducated optimism, but the uneducated pessimism is also there, because you're like, oh my god, there's so much to learn and so much. Is this even for me? I don't really want to do this. I don't know, right? But the point is, right, you're not gonna get into a writing state of mind. You have to force that change, right? So whenever you get into being proactive, right, it's just you have to first of all understand what's your default, just as a guide. This is a better to know than not to, but also understand what you want to do and what kind of identity do you want to foster. If you're like, I want to do content creation, like, I don't know, force yourself to record and just post that shit, right? Or force yourself to work. And yes, pre-work and post-work rituals are very nice, but those only exist to push you into a work state of mind. I've said this multiple times before, but let me clarify what I mean by work state of mind. Work state of mind is something that happens to you. It's a state of mind that just kind of is given to you. You know what I'm trying to say? So you want to work, right? And it's just like, you decide, okay, I want to work, but like, okay, let me put it to you like this: the output is different every single fucking time, but the fact that you're trying to reach an output is consistent. So instead of trying to do the work consistently, try to get consistent rates of output consistently. Uh, just try to do shit more often. That's it. Instead of trying to focus on what you're doing, just try to be focusing on the doing part. doing XYZ. Who gives a fuck about XYZ are gonna change day to day. The doing part is the only thing that stays constant. So instead of trying to foster your ability to do shit by trying to be good at the shit part, try to be good at the doing part, if that makes sense. Right. So if you have a proactive default identity, good at the doing part, well, that's just kind of it. You're like, okay, I want to do work. I am in the work state of mind, and my default is getting into the work state of mind. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, what kind of state of mind do you default get into? So if you could like set up very neat systems to just get into work mode, then that would be easier to slip into in and out. Once you say, okay, I want to be more proactive, and you have fostered your work mode, it's just going to come to you like that, right? So you're going to start to do work like that, right? So after that, you just need a goal and maybe a to-do list. Fucking write down your tasks on pen and paper, and maybe have an encyclopedia type shit on your Notion, where like all the tasks live and all the projects and all this fancy systems, and you go look at it like once a week, or maybe at the start or the end of the day, just to find out what you did and what you could have done. But I just trust pen and paper, man. Pen and paper is the best way to go, man. Yeah, so once you have all of that, you just need a goal. That's it. Like, okay, you want to do work, and you easily slip into a fucking production state of mind. And now you are very able to get shit done. Of course, slotting this out, like, okay, from this time to this time, this time to this time, because you want to be a normal human once in a while, right? Before you go to bed and after you wake up, you want to be a normal human. You don't want to be king of the world. You don't want to be a fucking systems thinker. You don't want it to be any of that. And I don't know if this is true or not. I'm just guessing, but you have to compartmentalize your identities. You get what I'm saying? That part I'm sure about, right? So, when you're at the gym, you cannot be in a work state of mind. Does that make sense, right? If you're at the gym and you're trying to think about your science project that's overdue, you're not going to have a good pump. You're not going to have a good workout. You're not going to have a good time, and you're going to lose, basically. So you still need to be in a different state of mind. And going to the gym part is cool because that's a whole ritual that you go to and a whole go through after, and by the end of it, you're underneath the barbell. Or on top of it, right? And after that's done, you go through another routine of just getting out of the work athlete mode. You know what I'm saying? So just like, you take the shower, you pack up your bags, you get a taxi, or drive home, or whatever the fuck, right? You get in and out of the athlete state of mind. You could also do that with the work, or the content creation, or the systems thinking, or the visionary, or the family man, or the fucking human being. So to me, the night routine is just getting into the human being mode, and morning routine is getting out of that shit. Do with that information what you will. Do what you will with that information. I think that's what you say. Well, anyways, my point here is just to tell you that this is like a few simple things. It's a state of mind, it's proactiveness, things that prompt you to be more proactive, your identity that you slip into, routines can help you I guess cast a vote in that identity. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, okay, I want to work, so I have to force myself to work. Not force, but like push myself to work, and to make it very easy, and to tell my brain that, okay, this is work time. I have to work. I'll go through a whole routine just to fit it into my brain. And as the days and the months and the years go on, it will be a default for me. So whenever I'm like, okay, I want to work, I want to be more proactive, I'll just slip into work mode and start producing. As somebody who hasn't ever worked in their life before, this is a pretty cool concept that I've understood. The only thing I've done is thinking and learning is the only thing I've done. Executing part is new to me. It's probably new to you too. If knowledge was the answer, everybody would be a billionaire with six pack abs. Take action.